Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome. I'm back. I'm back, baby. How y'all doing? Come on in here real quick. Just got a motivational message for you guys today. I'm not going to be on here long. I was prepared. Well, I am prepared to deliver a life lesson, but I said I'm gonna hold off on that and just save my life lesson. But I have been studying in my healing time. A lot of you know that I was in a very serious car accident last Tuesday, and my body is in the process of healing. And not only is my body in the process of healing, I'm healing in my mind. I'm healing in my mind too, because my life changed completely from one moment to the next, which could be the reality of any of us. And I try to remind you guys of that on a regular basis and just be mindful of that. That's why we should pray and count our blessings. I believe that God was with me in those moments of my accident. God is the only reason why I survived my accident. But I'm not here to preach to y'all today about how God saved me, because I am a walking testimony that God is real. My kids can be very well prepared to say their last goodbyes to me. That was the seriousness of the accident that I was in. So I am truly, truly grateful from the bottom of my heart, even to be sitting here and delivering just a quick motivational message on this warm Friday. But I'm here to encourage you guys. I really am. I was going to speak on the topic that I prepared my my life lesson on, but I'm not. I am very excited to deliver a life lesson. I've been studying. On this time that I just have to, that I'm home and healing. And I know I have not been delivering life lessons in the past few weeks because of how everything changed for me. So it is just a major adjustment from what my life looked like a few weeks ago, and I have to transition and from where I was to where I am now. Everything is changing. Everything is changing, and I'm prepared for change, and I'm grateful for change. I try not to question God. I believe everything happens for a reason, and all in all, I am just grateful to still be here. So, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? A lot of people have reached out to me when you going to jump back on and when you going to deliver some motivational messages. Trust me, it was in my heart and my mind and preparation, these things that I wanted to do. I wanted to get on the very next day after my accident. My accident was on a Tuesday, so I knew I wouldn't be preparing a life lesson. I normally deliver life lessons on Wednesday, but I did just want to get on and talk to you guys on that Wednesday, but that just wasn't realistic for me. I had so much going on because of the seriousness of the accident. And in the meantime, I just have been encouraging myself. As much as I wanted to come on here and talk and deliver and teach and motivate, inspire, empower, all of the things that I normally enjoy doing on the regular basis that God places in my heart that He wants me to relay over to you guys. My first obligation is to myself. So I had to prioritize me and doing the things that I have to do for me, not only so I can be able to deliver messages to you, because I need me, not for anyone else. I mean, I love my children. I want to be there for my children, but I want to be there for myself as well. Self-reliance came up so much in the past couple weeks. I've been delivering messages and talking about self-reliance, and I have a short video that I just spoke real quickly about self-reliance, and that thing came into play like these past couple weeks. Like, are you able to rely on yourself? Are you able to encourage yourself, to strengthen yourself? Where's your inner strength and all of those type of things? How can you sit in front of people and tell them that this is the way, the best way to do A, B, and C if you're not doing those things yourself? So I don't want to just be able to sit here and tell you guys that these things are effective if I am not doing them in my own life. So I was able, and I still am able, to rely on myself, to encourage myself, to uplift myself. It has been a struggle. Honestly, it has been a struggle. My body is not the same body that it was a couple weeks ago. Like I said, by all means, it could have been much, much worse. But I just have to adjust myself mentally from where I was just a few weeks ago to where I am right now. So I had to be able to encourage myself. I go from this busy person doing things 7 days a week, working 5 days a week, Zumba, yoga, and all of those type things, Pilates, and now I just have to heal. But sometimes healing is the best thing for us to do. One thing that I am so grateful for as far as my healing is concerned is the things that I have allowed myself to heal from in the past. So there's not like an accumulated, or the things that I have been healing from, there's not like healing on top of healing on top of healing that has to take place right now. I can just focus on this healing and not have to worry about the scars and wounds and physical scars, because I take care of myself physically and I take care of myself mentally. So I don't have to deal with an accumulated just pile of mess. This is why I did a whole study on healing. I talked to you guys about how important healing is, and it just made me think about that. And the process of my own healing is how grateful that I am that I take time out to heal from the things that I had to heal from in my past, because now I can just focus on myself and what I'm going through right now and not worry about unhealed issues, whether they be mental, physical, or whatever. I can just focus on me and what I am dealing with right now. But I want to talk to you guys about not giving up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. That is not originally what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, but God placed it in my heart that somebody needs to hear that. I'm telling you, in my journey of all the things that I had to go through in my life, that is the main ingredient that got me to where I am today. God always pushed me to move forward, to move further, and to not give up on myself. I've been going through quite a few things within the past couple months. I want to say it was maybe the end of May when my son's father passed away. And I mean, I could very well be sitting here feeling sorry for myself, coming down on myself. And it was an emotional adjustment as well. I mean, I was all over the place emotionally, but it didn't last long because I refused to allow myself to not have control over my emotions. That's why I talk to you guys about the importance of emotional intelligence. I was able to recognize why I'm going through the emotional changes that I'm going through, point out those emotional emotions, and be able to deal with them one by one, bit by bit, able to chop at those emotions, just crying a lot in the past couple weeks, not even being angry. I'm not even angry at the person that caused the accident for whatever reason. I don't even think she knows. I have her contact information. I was thinking about reaching out to her and just letting her know that I forgive her. I wasn't angry. My children are amazing human beings at the end of the day. And when two of my sons arrived at the scene of the accident, and the lady was very upset, I had to get carried away in the ambulance. And my 17-year-old son walked up to the lady and gave her a hug and told her that it was okay. And I'm so proud of my son for doing that, and it made me want to reach out to her as well. And I want to wait a while before I reach out to her, but I want to tell her it's okay. I don't want to tell her how my life has changed from one thing to being what it is right now and how it affected me. I want to confront her in a way where she knows that I forgive her for whatever reason, the accident happened or whatever. And I just want to encourage everyone to be careful when you out on the road. I'm so grateful and glad that I had my seatbelt on, number one, and I believe that God was with me. God was with me. God was with me. I looked in my rearview mirror and I seen this woman coming at me. For the life of me, I could not understand why she was not going to stop her car. But I just looked away because I didn't want to watch it happen. And I didn't want to be overcome with fear because I knew God was going to be with me. So it was really nothing I can do to avoid the accident from happening because I was in traffic at a red light. It was a pickup truck in front of me. I ended up being pent under a pickup truck and just like sandwiched in between two cars. With her hitting me from the back and the pickup truck in front of me. And I'm really glad that I had my seatbelt on. For those of you that don't like wearing your seatbelt, I literally felt that seatbelt snatch me back. Otherwise, I would have been through the windshield, and that would have been tragic. So please be encouraged to wear your seatbelts, and don't drive tired or distracted or whatever. Take care of yourself so you can be present in moments where you are supposed to be present, so the lives of other people will not be devastatingly affected. But I do want to reach out to the woman that hit me, and I want to tell her that it is okay and that I forgive her, just so she won't have any confusion as to where I am as far as everything is concerned. I am very blessed to be here and to be alive, and that is the biggest part out of it all. But I'm just so glad that I don't give up on myself. I'm so glad that I put myself in a good place mentally. I'm so glad that I put myself in a good place where I just take good care of myself, where I'm able to just be there for myself in times like this. It's hard to go through difficult times, but when you take care of yourself, do the things that you have to do for yourself emotionally and mentally and spiritually, you are able to rely on your higher being, all of those type of things. It makes the situations that you go through in life that much more easier. I was very upset at the time when I did get hit in traffic, and I think I was mainly upset because I had things to do and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do them anymore once I saw the condition that my car was in. So that, I think that's what made me upset the most. And I already had faith in my heart that God is always going to be there with me and to protect me and all of those things. So I'm not surprised that God came through for me in those moments. I'm very grateful that God was there for me. But that's God. That's the type of God that I serve. I put my hope and my faith and my trust in Him. I pray constantly, and I believe that the God that I serve is a prayer answering God. So God don't even need my prayers. God is going to be God anyway. He's going to show up in my life regardless whether I pray or not, whether I want Him to or not. That is just God. I serve a fantastic God. And don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. We have to be mindful of the way that we speak to ourselves, because even in those moments and even now, the enemy tries to attack my mind in so many different ways that I may not be allowed to be encouraged and come down on myself and even get in the midst of being depressed and all of those type of things. But I said, I'm just going to encourage myself. And quite often we are not very mindful of the way that we speak to ourselves on the regular basis. Speak to yourself in a way that you are going to appreciate, that is going to help you in the long run. Tell yourself how blessed you are. Tell yourself how loved you are, despite your situation and everything that you have to go through. And these present moments, the things that you have to go through in the past, there is always two ways to look at things. And perspective is everything. Even the situation that I am in right now, I may have needed this to take me to the next level of my life. We talked about growth and elevation not too long ago, and I want to be in the process of growth and elevation. I don't want my life to stay the same. I want to grow. I want to move forward. I want to move ahead. I want to be able to allow God to use me to do the things that God has set out for me to do, and I want to get out my own way. Maybe this is a way of God getting my attention and opening my eyes to something that I need to open my eyes to, maybe something that I wasn't very vigilant of before. I don't know. I don't want to just think of it as something tragic or a barrier or something that's going to get in my way, or just something else that I had more hurdles for me to jump over or overcome, or all of those type of things. I want to look at it in a way where it is beneficial to me, because trials and obstacles just they may come to help you. You never know. A lot of times we look at life and we come down on ourselves, and why is this happening to me? And that thing that you think is happening to you can be happening for you, not only to you but for you, to help you. Excuse me guys, they cutting the grass outside and my window is open. But yeah, I just want to encourage you guys today. I want to encourage you to do the best that you can possibly do to encourage yourself. I want you to do the best that you can possibly do to speak life into yourself. I want you to do the best that you can possibly do to rely on yourself. And it's going to be a process. I would not have been able to show up for myself in the ways that I have been able to show up for myself if I had not already been in the process of working on myself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, physically, all the ways that I take time out to work on myself on the regular basis. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but I am saying that it is easier. It could have been much harder on me if I do not already take care of myself in these different ways. And this is why I talk to you guys about the importance of it, because it's not going to just happen just like that. You're not going to snap your fingers and be able to just jump into overdrive when a situation arises. You want to be kind of proactive in being there for yourself when times are not so easy for you. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I give God all the credit. I don't want to sit up here and be all puffed up with myself, because it's only by God's grace that God gives me the strength to do the things that I do to take care of myself on a regular basis. And I just thank God for it all. I really do. But y'all think I just talk to y'all for no reason because I don't have nothing else better to do. Like, we can face some serious challenges in life. We can face some really serious challenges, issues, and all of those type of things. And some things you just can't avoid. Look at me in the situation that I'm going through right now. There was no way that I could have escaped getting out of that accident without being hit. It was all on the person behind me, whether they were going to put their foot on the brake, or she did kind of at the last minute, it seems like she snatched her wheel. So instead of coming at me head on, it kind of clipped me from the side. It clipped her from the side too. It did do pretty good damage to both of our vehicles. My car is completely totaled, but it was nothing I can do to avoid that situation. I was a victim, I was sitting there minding my business, and that was the outcome of it. So every time, we are not going to be able to escape situations from happening in our lives. We are not going to always be able to escape situations from happening in our lives. And life is 10% of what happens to us, and 90% of what we do about these things that happen to us. I cannot express the importance of it. Okay, so Sakara, you was in this accident. What you going to do now? What you going to do moving forward? What are you going to heal? What are you going to do to heal yourself mentally so you can get back to where you need to be? And not even back to where I need to be. I believe God is doing something new and doing something better, and it's time for me to move on to another level in my life. So I believe God is taking me higher, and even through this incident, it's time for me to elevate and move higher. When I say growth and elevation, it is growth and elevation by all means necessary. I just want to take advantage of this time that I have. I'm home, I'm healing, I'm happy, I'm doing good. Let me just take a couple moments to say thank you to everyone that has been supporting me through this whole thing. I have been receiving so much support. It is unbelievably mind-blowing to me. People have been reaching out to me, people that I don't even know. People that I don't even know sending me messages and calling and texting and financial support. People have been putting money in my Cash App and all of those type of things. Even your messages here on social media, just people expressing sympathy and concern and asking how I'm doing and do I need anything. And that is the main question that I'm hearing. Do I need anything? Do I need anything? However God places in your heart to help me through these tough times, I am grateful for it all. I just really appreciate the love and support that I have been receiving over these past few weeks. People have been showing up to my front door, bringing me lunch, driving me to places that I need to go to, being as though I am without a vehicle right now. I have not needed anything. I have not needed anything. And I just really, from the bottom of my heart, however, if you're praying for me, if you're sending kind words, however you find it in your heart to express compassion for what I'm going through right now. And thank you for being patient as well. Let me just take time out to say this real quickly. Also, I just thank you for your patience, and I know a lot of people want me to be encouraging, and I want to be encouraging as well. I want to do the things that God has for me to do in my heart and my mind and my spirit. All of these things is a calling. I believe that I am here for a reason, that I am doing these things for a reason. But as I expressed to you in the beginning of this message, my first priority is to myself. I am obligated to show up for myself, to be there for myself, to take care of myself in situations like this. Just like when my son's father passed away just about maybe a month ago or so, I had to be there for myself. I had to take care of myself emotionally and do the things that I had to do for myself, so I am able to show up and do other things for other people, do the things that is in my heart, fulfill my destiny, do the things that I am called to do. Without your love, support, and compassion, I would feel alone. I would feel sad. I would, it would make it so much harder. People just call me just to talk to me. Emotional support. How do you feel? Why are you feeling this way? And just allowing me to get emotions out about why I am feeling the way that I'm feeling. And, just this Tuesday passed, and it made it 1 week since my accident. And somebody was like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I feel effed up because, it's been a week and my life completely changed in 1 week, and people are allowing me to just, kind of dump my junk on them. And I appreciate that. I really do, because that's not easy either, because I do that quite often. I allow people to tell me their issues, what's going on in their heart and in their mind and in their soul, but also it's hard to take on the issues of other people with us being human beings without showing compassion for other people. Some people know how to be very compassionate. Everybody don't know how to be compassionate, but I am a compassionate person. But I learned how to train myself not to get wrapped up in other people's issues, especially when I know that there are things that they could do to kind of help themselves. Excuse me, y'all, I got proper leg up. There are things that they can do to kind of help themselves a little more in their issues. So people have been allowing me to they've been therapy to me. Like, a lot of people been therapy to me just by allowing me to talk to them about the things that I am going through emotionally. That is so much support right there. If you can just be there for somebody and let them cry on your shoulder, let them pouty mouth be a big baby. I'm a big baby at the end of the day. I am a daddy's girl. I do not like the word no. My father never told me no. He always fixed everything. He's been gone for quite some time now, God rest his soul. But even in the moments of my accident, I was just a big pouty baby. Like, why? I want to do what I want to do. I spoil myself a lot. I treat myself a lot, and I don't like when things don't go the way that I want or need for them to go. So sometimes I can just be a big pouty mouth baby, and some people have allowed me to be that and allowed it to be okay for me to just pout all over them. And I appreciate the people that allow me to just be a baby and just jump around and just have a fit, and like a 2-year-old that you just took their candy or something. That's how I feel. Like, Sakira, stop acting like a baby. Okay, you got it out. You did your little song and dance, and but I just felt like I just had to get it out my chest. And I am just so grateful that for the people that allowed me to do that. It wasn't a lot, but it was quite a few, and they just sit there and they know I'm probably just being, have to get some of these things off my chest. And I just appreciated every little thing. Like, I don't even things like that. People probably don't look at those type of things, but I just recognize every single thing that you guys have been doing to support me over these past few weeks while I'm going through what I have been going through. But I got some life lessons. I have been studying. I've been working on myself. I've been thinking about ways that my teachings can be effective. I have a life lesson already prepared for y'all, and I ain't going to leak it just yet. I was like, man, if I don't get up and do my life lesson today, I might just do it tomorrow morning, do it on a Saturday. I really don't. I do have a busy day today. I had like doctor's appointments all week. I'm so tired of going to the doctors. I had never been to the doctor this much in my life. This is my 3rd doctor's appointment this week. I'm like, all right, I'm just so freaking over it at this point. I really am. But yeah, I was like, all right, I should just pop on, do some messages, do some life lessons. I really ain't doing too much of nothing. I am educating myself while I'm home. I'm reading and doing things to strengthen myself mentally and all those type of things. But I got a life lesson prepared for y'all. Listen, I already know I'm going to lose some friends with this one that I'm not even going to tell y'all. This next life lesson, I might just jump on and just get this life lesson done that I have prepared already. And I have 2. I have one that I was working on already from last week, and then God placed another word in my spirit, and he was like, people need this, you need this. God always gives me what I need, and I give y'all what God gives me, because I'm human, y'all human. I'm not the only person that need it. I believe these messages is relatable on so many different levels, and I believe that not only do I need this next life lesson, but I believe a lot of people out here can really use these messages. I'm telling you, it is just so helpful. I'm grateful to be the one who is able to sit before you guys and deliver these life lessons. But I'm doing good. I thank you for your prayers. I thank you for your patience. I am ready to kick it back into full just go mode. You already know how I do when it's time for me to. This is not something that I take lightly. I take this very seriously. Sometimes when I'm teaching, I don't even feel like it's me. I believe that it is God, it is just the Holy Spirit using me as a vessel, and I just allow myself to be used even when I don't feel like it, when I'm tired, when there's things that I believe that I don't know, sometimes I might be uncomfortable saying certain things, or telling my personal testimony, or just keeping it just straight, raw, uncut, just saying things that I believe that God is just telling me to say to you guys. Sometimes I be like, wow, did I just jump like all in the world just now? But listen, it's necessary. It is necessary. We live in a world like ain't nobody gonna hold your hand and walk with you and tell you everything is gonna be okay all the time. That is not the reality of it. And if we don't shape up and do the things that we have to do for ourselves, we will live in a life full of suffering. And a lot of people live in so much suffering because their lack of the things that they do. We are just not willing to do the work. So many people are not putting in the work and doing the things that is necessary for them to do. And even when we see the reflection that it has on our life, we still lazy in doing. We still lazy in doing, and then we pointing a finger at Lottie Dottie and everybody, and this person did this and that person didn't do that. We are not taking accountability for the role that we play in it, why our life is where it is today, because our doing or because our not doing. It's time for us to take accountability for where we are today. It's time for us to begin to do the work, do the things that we are supposed to be doing. If you are tired of where you are, I see so many people living in ways that I can't say how you should or should not be living, but I see so much potential. I see so much skills. I see so much just knowledge and just, gifts that people are carrying around and just not living life to their full potential, because we are wasting so much of our lives on unnecessary things, wasting our lives, wasting our time, not doing the things that is necessary for us to be doing. We are not living our lives to our full potential, and it's not because of anyone else. At the end of the day, it's because of us. It's because of our lack of, it's because of our laziness, it's because of our lazy thinking, it's because of our poverty-stricken mental thinking. We want to blame it on society, blame it on the government, and we here where we are for a reason. If you want to talk about racial wise, I mean, you can win. You can be wherever you want to be. You don't have to allow anything or anyone hold you down and keep you in a place where you do not desire to be. All it takes is for you to get up and do the work that you need to do to be where you know you need to be. So it's time to do away with a lot of the BS and a lot of the excuses and the things that we have been allowing to hold us back for way too long. So I got a message for y'all that y'all ain't gonna like. A lot of y'all don't like me anyway, and I don't care. I was gonna say y'all ain't gonna like me. I don't care. I'm gonna lose some friends with this next message. I have prayed. I have received this message. I am going to give it to y'all how God is going to give it to me. So I am fully prepared to deliver my next life lesson, and the life lesson after that, I'm just ready to jump right head back on, just get right back on track and do the things that I know I am supposed to be out here doing. But it has been a journey. It has been a process. I am trying to keep myself stable mentally and emotionally. I cannot come to you guys if I am all over the place. So I am taking care of myself in the meantime. But It's time to do the work. It's time to do the work. It is the 7th month of the year, and it seems like 2024 just came in. That is unfreaking believable that this year is already 7 months and it is July. We do not have that much time left for this year. Time is just going so quickly, and I want us all to be able to live a more fulfilling life, a life of inner peace, joy, happiness, fulfillment, all the things that we desire to live in our hearts. Sometimes we can look at the lives of other people and we can admire the life of other people, but there is no such thing as living vicariously through another person. If you want the joy and the peace and the happiness and the light and all of those type of things that you see on another person's life, and not only their joy and their peace, you want your own. So if you want that for yourself, you have to do the necessary work. You have to do what needs to be done for you to get to where you need to be. If you tried once and it didn't work, guess what? Try again. I promise you that is the main ingredient to where and how I am where I am, and the journey to where I used to be and to where I am right now. I have came a long way, and I am so grateful for where I am, and that this is why I share in these things with you all, because even if it's not a tremendous amount of work, I take my time out to do something that I know is going to benefit me on the regular basis, even when I don't want to. Even when I was laying up in the hospital, even 5 minutes after my accident, after I had a complete hissy fit and mad at this lady for ramming into my car, all of these type of things, I'm like, okay, I don't do all the work that I do for no reason. It is time for these things that I have learned, that I have taught other people, and all of those type of things. It is time for me to put these things into action, into play. Where's your emotional intelligence at? Where's show up for yourself? Where's your self-reliance at? You have to be able to encourage yourself and empower yourself and motivate yourself and all of those type of things. You know God is here with you. You standing up, you alive. I checked myself even like moments after the collision. I was like, you know, just like, oh my gosh, am I still alive? And it was a really hard impact, but I was like, wow, I'm still alive. I'm still conscious. And I was just grateful for that, you know. So the main important thing that I walked away with was my life. And this is why I try to tell you guys so often to be grateful for where you are and what you have. So many people die in car accidents all the time. I was just talking to a good friend of mine, and she was telling me about children that she know that lost their mother at a very young age, and I believe she said it was due to a car accident. These things are the reality of so many people all the time. So we just have to be grateful for where we are. We have to learn how to do the work on ourselves so we can get better, so we won't just be stagnant. And it's all going to start in your mind. Everything is mental. Everything starts in your mind. You have to be able to redirect your thoughts. You have to be able to show up for yourself mentally. I could have easily slipped into a state of depression. That is something that I would not wish on my worst enemy. I remember being depressed for a very long time. It is no fun there. I do not wish depression on anyone. So I want us to be able to begin to do the work, to start to do the work, even if it's simple things that we have to do for ourselves. And look at me. I am a living, walking, breathing testimony. I am a testimony of the goodness of God. I am the testimony of the things that I talk to you guys about all the time, about how effective these things are, how they work, how you can be able to show up for yourself, how you can be able to rely on yourself, be there for yourself even when times get tough. This is not the only tragic thing that happened to me just in the past 60 days, and I am still able to sit here before you guys and talk to you about being able to be there for yourself and do things even when times are hard. It is not always going to be easy. Sometimes you're going to have to cry. Sometimes you're going to have to be sad. I'm one person that hates crying, and I got them tears out. I guess it was just time for them tears to be released, and I feel better. I feel better to be able to just release those tears. But you don't want to stay there. Do whatever you have to do. Recognize why you feel how you feel. Just, it's okay to not be okay in those moments. Don't suppress your emotions and act like you don't feel a certain way when you know you do feel a certain way. If something is not sitting well with you at the moment, say to yourself, I'm not okay with where I am at this moment. I'm sad, I'm hurting, I want to cry and all those type of things. I was in Jamaica having lunch with some people that I met there on that vacation, and it was just weeks before my son's father passed away, and I was like, oh my God, I'm about to cry. And the young ladies that I was talking to, they was like, it's okay, you can cry, and I'm just, I had to cry in Jamaica. I'm away, beautiful vacation, I'm sitting here stuffing all this delicious food down my throat, and those emotions came over me. I could have easily sat there and just been like, act like nothing never happened. But I began to talk about why I was feeling the way that I was feeling, and they were very compassionate to, how I was feeling in those moments. And it wasn't long before those emotions passed, but I'm just so glad that I did not suppress those emotions. So quite often, so many times we walk around with this mask on, and this is why emotional intelligence is real, because you have to focus on why you feel the way that you are feeling in these moments. Allow yourself to feel. If you are not okay, say that it is not okay. Go hug somebody. Go tell somebody, I'm not all right, I need a hug. Just sit next to somebody, hold somebody's hand, cry a little bit, feel your emotions, get those things out of you. Don't suppress those things, because you don't want to walk around with negative emotions or allow whatever you're feeling at the time to transfer into negative emotions, because we can begin to react in ways of bitterness and all of those type of things, and taking our emotions out on people that don't deserve it. Like, they're not the reason why you feel the way that you feel or why you going through what you going through, but you just have to get those things out of you. And for our men, we need our men. I was just talking to someone last night about the importance of expressing to our men how much we love and appreciate and need them, because our men suppress our emotions and we take them out in unhealthy ways through sex. And men are out here having sex with all types of women for whatever reason, and men are just not talking about why they feel, how they feel, and all of those type of things. And it's time for men to be able to show up for themselves as well. Women are very emotional creatures, and I feel like it's easier, or might be easier, for women to express their emotions more than men. But I want it to be normal for men to be able to express their emotions and not suppress their emotions. A lot of men die of heart attacks because they store a lot of emotions and stress in their chest area, and men are holding in all of those things and not releasing the way that they feel, because they feel like, I'm a punk or whatever. Why you feel like you can't get these emotions outside of you, but just because you express the way that you feel don't mean you a punk. That just means I feel the way that I feel, and I want to get these emotions out of me. So I want us to be able to take care of ourselves a little better than we have been taking care of ourselves. And I'm saying this because I see a lot of things going on in society, in our world, with me interacting with people on a regular basis, even with me being a public speaker on my social media platforms, inside of my family. Sometimes I see the suffering over my children. You know, all I can do is be the example. I see so much suffering going on amongst human beings, and I am a constant work in progress. I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else or I have any kind of superpowers. What I am saying is I do the work. I do the work on myself that I believe is necessary in all human beings. We have to do the work to maintain ourselves. Just like you patch up the hole in your roof when it start raining inside your house, or just like you get your grass cut or whatever, get that tune up on your car and all those type of things. We work on everything else more than we work on ourselves, and we need to get in the habit of tuning up your mind, tuning up yourself mentally, tuning up yourself emotionally, tuning up yourself spiritually, so we won't have to continue to suffer through the same things that we have suffered through for way too long. So I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to help you. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your patience. Let me get on up out of here. I do have another doctor's appointment. Y'all keep me in prayer. I haven't gotten the last word on whether I am going to have surgery on my knee. It has been a struggle with moving around. My leg is just not the same as it used to be. I'm going through extreme amounts of pain. Oh gosh, how can I describe it? It kind of feel like I'm like dragging my leg around. I want to say, I don't know if it's nerve damage or just muscle damage or whatever. I know it's going to take some healing. And listen, if I have to heal, then I just have to heal. And everybody was like, oh, you can't do no dancing right now. If I never dance another day in my life, trust me, I have danced enough. I am a dancing human being. I have to accept my reality for what it is. If my dancing days are over and God has something else for me to do, then I want to do what I am called to do. I don't know why this is happening to me, and I want to look at it from in a way that is going to be beneficial to me. Maybe I will never dance in the ways that I have danced in before in the past, and if that is my reality and I have to accept that, then that is what I am willing and able to do. But in turn, I believe that it is something greater out there for me besides dancing. I'm just going to accept it for what it was. If it's time for me to move on past that and elevate and do something more, whatever God is calling me to do, then I am just going to do it. I'm not going to look at this as the end of anything. The end of one thing is the beginning of something else. I believe that there is a destiny that I have to fulfill, and by all means, my destiny will be fulfilled. So I believe that God is with me. I am healing. I feel your prayers. I feel your compassion, even through your hearts and your virtual hugs and all of those type of things, the messages, and some people that I run into when I'm out and you just look like you want to cry. And you know, as human beings, we are supposed to hurt with each other. And I am so glad that I know people of such compassion that are hurting because I am hurting. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the people that I am surrounded with in my life. You are making this so much easier for me to have to go through, knowing that I don't have to go through it alone. Even since my accident, my phone has been blowing up back to back to back to back to back. Sometimes it's some of the same people that is just constantly calling me on a regular basis just to make sure I'm okay. Sometimes it's some people that I haven't heard from in a long time, just to hear my voice and just to ask me, or am I okay? However it goes, I'm grateful for it. I appreciate it. I'm getting all emotional just thinking about the love and support that I have been receiving just recently. I love y'all and I'm grateful for y'all, and I thank y'all. Don't stop. Y'all can continue. I need it. I need the support in any kind of way. today. If you still want to support me through Cash App or drop stars, my Cash App is my first and last name, Sakarah Bey, Sakarah. That's 3 A's, last name Bey. Make sure you see the yellow and black logo. I will be out of work for a while, so I'm just doing the best that I can with what I have. So your support is greatly appreciated. But don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth. I finally made it past 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I was very excited to cross that milestone just recently. Even with me going through everything that I'm going through right now, there is still so much for me to celebrate. Also, my books are available and on sale. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth, Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasure, Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness, and Religiously. And that is taking a closer look at spirituality and religion. Listen, don't forget what I said about not giving up on yourself. It ain't giving up is not an option. It's not time for us to give up. It will never be a good time to give up. As long as God wake you up every single day, keep pushing. Do whatever you have to do to encourage yourself, motivate yourself, speak positivity over yourself, speak goodness and life into yourself. Watch your language. Watch your words. You don't have time to feel sorry for yourself, be all pouty about whatever your situation is, pointing a finger at everybody else. Just shake it off. Do whatever you have to do. Allow yourself to feel your emotions. Get those emotions out. Listen, I want you to take good care of yourself. Take better care of yourself than you have ever done in your entire life. That's going to be the make it or break it. That's going to determine how far you're going to go past your trials and tribulations and all of those type of stuff. The make it or break it is going to be how able you are to show up for yourself and do the necessary things that you have to do for yourself. It don't have anything to do with anybody else. It is all up to you. So listen, God bless you. I love you. Thank you for your presence in my life. Look out for more motivational messages. Look out for these life lessons. I got something for you, and you. I might decide to jump on and do my life lesson tomorrow morning. Depends on how my day goes today. I do have a lot going on today. If I don't do my life lesson tomorrow morning, then look for me on Wednesday. I'll just keep it as my normal routine and do my life lesson on Wednesday. I'm going to move however God tells me to move. I am going to encourage myself. I am going to encourage you. I believe that all of this is for a reason, that nothing that we do for ourselves will ever go in vain. None of your efforts, even if it's the smallest thing. Show up for yourself. Give yourself a good big old hug. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Speak greatness over yourself. Affirm goodness into yourself. Speak positive words in yourself to yourself. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Say things to yourself that no one has never said to you before. Make yourself feel beautiful from the inside out, because you are and you deserve it. So do that for yourself. Listen, God bless you. I love you. Let me get on up out of here and hop my way over to the parking lot and get myself prepared to move on with the rest of my day. God bless you guys. I love you. In the meantime, you guys continue to stay blessed.